What if one discovery was enough to turn Billy Fletcher's world upside down? In Emmerdale, secrets rarely stay buried for long, and Billy is about to find himself at the center of a revelation that could have consequences far beyond what he expects. What he discovers may force him to make a decision that changes everything. Billy has already been through more than his fair share of drama in the village. From relationship troubles and family tensions to dangerous situations that have threatened those around him, he has learned that doing the right thing is not always straightforward. But this latest discovery could push him into completely unfamiliar territory. And the biggest question is not simply what Billy finds. It is what he decides to do with that information. Emmerdale has built a reputation for taking ordinary discoveries and turning them into major turning points. A hidden secret can destroy a relationship. A single piece of evidence can change the course of an investigation. And one decision made in the heat of the moment can create consequences that last for months. Billy's latest storyline appears to follow exactly that tradition. At first, the discovery may seem like something he can simply walk away from. But the more Billy thinks about what he has uncovered, the harder it becomes to ignore. He knows that revealing the truth could hurt people he cares about, yet keeping quiet could be even more dangerous. That puts him in an impossible position. For viewers who have followed Billy's journey, this is particularly significant because he has spent so much time trying to build a more stable life. He wants to protect his family, maintain his relationships, and stay away from the kind of trouble that has caused him problems in the past. But Emmerdale has a way of dragging its characters back into the drama. Billy's story has also shown that he is capable of making difficult choices when the people he loves are at risk. He may not always know the perfect solution, but he tends to act when he believes someone needs protecting. That instinct could become extremely important now. The discovery places Billy at a crossroads. He could keep the information to himself and hope the situation resolves naturally. He could confront the person involved and demand answers. Or he could reveal everything, even if doing so creates chaos throughout the village. None of those options are safe. The most interesting part of the storyline is the uncertainty surrounding Billy's next move. In Soapland, discovering a secret is rarely the end of the story. It is usually the beginning. Billy could initially convince himself that staying quiet is the responsible thing to do. Perhaps he believes he can handle the situation privately without dragging anyone else into it. But secrets have a habit of growing. The longer Billy keeps what he knows to himself, the greater the pressure becomes. Every conversation could become uncomfortable. Every unexpected encounter could risk exposing what he has discovered. And if another villager begins asking questions, Billy may find himself struggling to keep his story straight. That could create a completely different kind of tension. Instead of simply reacting to events, Billy could become an active player in the storyline. That is where things could become dangerous. If Billy decides to investigate further, he could uncover even more information. What initially looks like one isolated secret might actually be connected to something much bigger. And that would explain why his discovery has the potential to change everything. Emmerdale often uses these moments to connect separate storylines. A character discovers something that appears unrelated to their own life, only to realize that it directly involves someone close to them. Billy could find himself in exactly that position. The emotional stakes would become even higher if the secret involves somebody he trusts. Imagine discovering that someone close to you has been hiding something important. Your first reaction might be anger. Then comes confusion. Then you start questioning everything you thought you knew about that person. Billy could go through all of those emotions. And because he has his own history of difficult experiences, he may be particularly sensitive to betrayal. The discovery could therefore change the way he sees someone permanently. There is also the possibility that Billy's decision could place him in physical danger. Emmerdale is no stranger to storylines involving threats, confrontations, and escalating tension. If the person whose secret Billy uncovers is determined to keep the truth hidden, they may not simply accept Billy's questions. That could turn a private discovery into a dangerous confrontation. Billy might believe he is helping someone by stepping in, only to realize that he has put himself directly in the line of fire. And that could leave viewers wondering whether he has underestimated the situation. The timing of the storyline is also important. Billy has responsibilities and people who depend on him. Any decision he makes could have an impact on more than just himself. That makes his dilemma much more complicated. If he tells the truth, he could protect someone but destroy another relationship. If he stays silent, he might preserve the peace temporarily, but allow a bigger problem to develop. And if he tries to solve the situation himself, he could make everything worse. There is no easy answer. That moral uncertainty is what makes the storyline potentially so compelling. Billy isn't simply choosing between right and wrong. He may be choosing between two difficult consequences. For viewers, that creates an intriguing question. What would you do if you discovered a secret that could completely change the lives of the people around you? Would you expose the truth immediately? Or would you try to protect the people involved, even if it meant keeping something important hidden? Billy's answer could reveal a lot about how much he has changed. Throughout his time in Emmerdale, he has faced moments where his emotions have threatened to overwhelm his judgment. But he has also demonstrated that he is capable of learning from his mistakes. This discovery could be another test of his maturity. Rather than reacting impulsively, Billy may try to understand exactly what is happening before making his move. But that could be difficult when emotions are running high. If he confronts the person involved, the conversation could quickly become explosive. One accusation could lead to another, and suddenly a secret that was supposed to remain hidden could become public knowledge. And once that happens, there may be no way back. The village could become divided. Friends could be forced to take sides. Relationships could fracture. And Billy could find himself blamed for revealing information that other people desperately wanted to keep hidden. That is one of the biggest dangers facing him. Doing the right thing does not always mean everyone will thank you for it. Sometimes telling the truth makes you the person everyone wants to blame. That could be particularly painful for Billy if the discovery involves someone he loves. Fans are likely to have strong opinions about what he should do. Some viewers may argue that Billy has a responsibility to expose the truth immediately. Others may believe he should think carefully before interfering. Social media discussions could become divided as fans debate whether Billy is making the right decision. And that is exactly the kind of reaction Emmerdale storylines often generate. The strongest soap stories don't simply tell viewers what to think. They put characters in situations where there are convincing arguments on both sides. Billy's discovery could do precisely that. There is also the possibility that the discovery will affect his future in the village. A major secret can change a character's relationships, reputation, and even their sense of identity. If Billy becomes responsible for exposing something significant, people may see him differently. Some could view him as brave. Others could see him as reckless. And someone who feels betrayed by his actions may never forgive him. That creates opportunities for even more drama down the line. Perhaps Billy's decision will trigger a chain reaction that affects several families. Perhaps the person whose secret he discovers will seek revenge. Or perhaps Billy will realize that the truth is far more complicated than he initially believed. Any of those possibilities could lead to major developments. One particularly intriguing possibility is that Billy may initially think he has solved the mystery, only to discover that he has been manipulated. Soap operas thrive on twists like this. A character believes they know the truth, acts on that belief, and then discovers that the real story is completely different. If Billy falls into that trap, his decision could have consequences he never anticipated. That would make the storyline even more dramatic. Ultimately, the importance of Billy's discovery is not simply about the secret itself. It is about the choice that follows. The discovery gives Billy information. His decision gives that information power. And once he acts, the consequences could spread throughout Emmerdale. For now, viewers will be left watching closely for clues about what Billy knows and who might be affected. Every conversation could contain a hint. Every confrontation could bring the truth closer to the surface. And every moment of hesitation could suggest that